We'll call this Portrait of the Artist at Work. In truth, it's me in Bluefield, West Virginia traffic trying to get ahead of NS 352, which had a heritage unit leading. We'll get back to that in a second, but first let me tell you why I was trying to catch up to him. When planning this trip, I looked at places not too far out of Bluefield for some nice shots. The Elkhorn Tunnel stood out as a place I wanted to see. We didn't make it to the tunnel, but we did make it to the nearby town of Bramwell. Bramwell, once home to millionaire coal barons, is now known for its ATV trails. It also has what attracted us there, this authentic soda fountain in the corner shop. Sarah and I had Coke from said fountain along with fried pickles and chili cheese fries. You can find more on that on my waistline. We parked at the old N&W station, and once we left the restaurant, walked inside to check out the museum. I bought this Virginian Railway hat there. Now let me get sentimental here for just a second. My pawpaw, my mom's dad, who would take me to chase trains when I was little, grew up on the Virginian Main Line in Page, West Virginia. He always wore a classic railroad hat with the Virginian logo on it, and it's since been lost since he died in 2004. I've always wanted something with the Virginian logo on it, and I absolutely could not pass this up. One last thing in Bramwell, an old N&W caboose and a car that apparently saw service for Norfolk Southern. Okay, now let's get back to Bluefield. We finally found a place to park, and just in time too, as 352 slowed for a crew change, with the Lehigh Valley Heritage Unit number 8104 leading. In doing my research for this video, I learned the Lehigh Valley Railroad came into the NS family as part of the Conrail split with CSX. Interestingly, as part of the conditions for the Penn Central merger in 1968, the Lehigh Valley was offered both the C&O and the Norfolk and Western. We're on former N&W trackage here, so seeing this engine here is rather appropriate if you're a history fan like me. .352 is daily manifest, or as they say down here, time freight, traffic from Portsmouth, Ohio to Linwood, North Carolina, and he had a little bit of everything on this train. If you know your history, you know the N&W was the last major railroad to give up steam power. The Bluefield coaling tower is a reflection of that. Built in 1952 when most other railroads had fully or were in the process of dieselizing, it served its purpose until 1960 when the N&W finally gave up steam. Seeing trains roll by it today is quite a sight. We waited over an hour for him to start moving again, and when he finally did, I realized what year I was living in, seeing DPU on Norfolk Southern. I knew NS had adopted precision schedule railroading, but it was still kind of weird for me to see something I've come to associate with CSX on another railroad. I also realized later that I was looking right at the house track for the former Bluefield depot. It's the track nearest to me. I knew there was a depot here in Bluefield, but I had absolutely no idea where it was. Naturally, I consulted my timetable collection and found the 1965 N&W timetable saying the westbound Powhatan era called for Bluefield at 1:15 p.m., while the eastbound one called at 5:30 p.m. Amtrak stopped here at one time too. A 1978 timetable shows a train called the Hilltopper calling for Bluefield at 7:10 p.m. westbound, 11:15 a.m. eastbound daily. After 352 left, we headed for dinner at Portobello One Italian right across the tracks, where I got this guy heading west. He wasn't slowing down, so he was just rolling through town for points beyond. I missed the lead engine and therefore its road number, and I wasn't scanning, so I had absolutely no idea who this guy was or how to track it. All I know is it was just another time freight. Inside I got chicken parm with a salad and some garlic knots as an appetizer. Delicious. Before we started heading home, Sarah noticed some locomotives sitting on the fueling rack. I have no idea if these were helpers for the great out of town, or if they just come off a road freight or what. I do know this is a very nice shot to end the day on. Be sure to hit that like button down below if you like the video. Leave a comment if you are so inclined, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. And while you're there, hit the bell to be notified when there's a new video posted. Until next time, somewhere out here on the railroad, I'm Lucas Berry for White Oak Rail.